Hey guys, it's Tova, and today I am sharing another card tutorial, and this one is a design team project for Sherry Baldy's My Besties. And this image that I have used is called Hollyhock Fairy, and she's image 820 in the My Besties shop.com store. There's also an Etsy shop where you can get these beautiful images, and I'm going to leave the links in the description box below. And I must say I had a lot of fun making this card, so there's a lot of footage that I had to cut out because the video was getting so long. So I'm not going to keep you guys anymore, and I'm going to get started with the tutorial. I'm using brown cardstock as my card base, and I'm using a white cardstock, and I'm distressing it around the edges. And this is Tim Holtz Worn Lipstick Distress Ink. I'm using this as my second layer, and then I'm using a very beautiful blue and teal pattern paper with firework print on top. And as you can see later on, I didn't use this particular piece, and that's because I cut it to the wrong size. So I had to use another piece for my card, but I did the same. I backed it on white cardstock just because the paper was a bit too flimsy. And now I'm adding some stickles to the fireworks, and on top of the yellow I'm using a glam pink because I wanted more pink sparkles to this card. And for the white firework I'm using diamond stickles, and I am able to do very fine lines with the stickles. I really love the nib when you use it. I think it's great. And yeah, and my next step is I'm going to stamp some butterflies on this scrap watercolor paper that I had left over. And I can't really remember the name of this stamp set. I think maybe I got it in a D-stash or something like that. But I'm going to use my watercolors, and these are the watercolors I'm using when I color my images as well. And I really like watercolors because they are very sheer. You can see all the lines of your stamp, and if you make a mistake you can still just wipe it off if your colors are still wet. So yeah, I really like that, and you can basically mix any color you want, so you don't have to buy them separately like you do with pens or pencils. So I think that's great. And then I dried them, and I'm cutting them out a bit, but this part is very boring so I'm speeding it up like crazy. So I'm cutting out my gorgeous image, and it had some very fine details in the flower crown that I wasn't able to keep because it was too hard for me. I'm not a pro fussy cutter, I'm just a normal fussy cutter. So, and here I'm going to stamp my sentiment. Together is a beautiful place to be, and I'm using a copper embossing powder. And yeah, I am using a flat iron instead of a heat gun to set the embossing powder, and that's basically because I'm really cheap and I don't want to buy a heat gun. So yeah, and I don't know if that's a very clever thing to do because if I use it on my hair I will get melted plastic in my hair. So I guess that's what you could call dumsnål in Swedish. It means stupid cheap. Yeah, and that's when it will end up much more expensive in the end, and I guess that's the case, but it works for now, and that's fine. So I'm embossing the edges of my sentiment area as well, and then I'm doing it to my card as well because I think that's nice and cohesive, and I love the copper color together with the blues and teals. And yeah, and then I'm backing my sentiment on top of the same kind of distressed pink paper, and I'm using glam pink stickles on top of the edges, both on my sentiment and my card base, because I want this to be a sparkly happy card. Maybe I could use it for a New Year's or a birthday or something. I really love this bestie image. I think I love the flowers in her hair, and I love how the colors turned out and how they pop out from the blue. So yeah, I think this was my favorite when I started out. And here I am gluing down my card image to the base, or my third layer, I would say, to the base. And now I'm popping out my sentiment area with some just scrap cardstock, and I'm gluing it down with my glue gun, and that makes it a little bit popping out a little bit more, because yeah, hot glue is basically melted plastic. So, and now I am arranging my butterflies, and I was thinking that it's the flowers in her hair that's attracting the butterflies, and one of them is sitting on her hand, and I think that's, yeah, the togetherness is with the butterflies, so to speak. I don't know. And I decided I didn't like the white dots in the background, so I just hid them behind some purple enamel dots, and I think it's a great accent to finish off my card. And I really like how my card turned out, and I really hope you like it too. If you do, please give me a thumbs up, and if you want to see more of tutorials and scrapbooking projects and other stuff that I do, please subscribe to my channel. And I would like to thank you so much for joining me today and watching my video, and I hope that I will see you soon again. So have a really nice day. Bye.